Sexual fire. Unleash the force that rules your mind. Does your sexual desire run the show? Hey, have you ever stopped to think about how much your desires mess with your head? It's not just about that flutter in your stomach or that all-consuming crush. Desire is everywhere. It's in the choices you make, the relationships you build, how you see yourself, and even the way you view the world. Today we're diving into this topic in a fresh way, because this isn't just about sex. It's about a powerful energy inside you that can totally transform your life, if you know how to tap into it. Picture this. What if what you call love, passion, or attraction is way more than just instinct? What if it's a key to unlocking who you really are? One of the greatest minds in psychology said that sexuality isn't just a physical thing. It's like a secret language of your mind, packed with symbols, emotions, traumas, and even dreams. It's a force that can push you to create, connect, become freer, and maybe even touch something deeper, almost spiritual. So you ready to dive into this no taboo, no judgment, open-minded convo? This video isn't about what's right or wrong, beautiful or ugly. It's about seeing desire as a spark that can propel you towards something amazing. Oh, and hit that like button now. It really helps spread this convo to more people who love thinking outside the box. If you're not subscribed yet, click that button below, because every week we're dropping reflections like this, blending behavior, philosophy, and a deep dive into the human mind. Before we go on, drop a comment. Do you think your desire controls
you, or are you the one calling the shots? Give us a like, share this, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.
the power of desire? When you hear the word sex, what pops into your head? Probably something physical, instinctive, tied to pleasure or that sudden urge that hits out of nowhere, right? But hold up. What if I told you desire goes way beyond that? It's like a hidden superpower inside you, an energy that's not just about your body but your soul, your mind, your whole way of living. This fire you feel, this inner spark, isn't just some biological need. It's like a universal language woven into every culture, myth, story, and even your wildest dreams. It's your unconscious talking to you, using desire to send messages through your fantasies, your pursuits, and sometimes even your struggles. Pretty wild, huh? Now think about this. When we don't understand this energy, it can turn into chaos. Ever had those moments where you're driven by an impulse, feel a void, or get caught in conflicts you can't even explain? That's your desire screaming for attention. But here's the good part. When you start paying attention to it consciously, that energy transforms. It becomes fuel for creativity, fresh ideas, even healing. It's like desire is an invitation to break out of the ordinary, connect with someone, create something incredible, or even reinvent who you are. And there's more. This energy isn't just about wanting someone or something. It's a life force that can show up as passion for an idea, the drive to chase a dream, or the urge to flip your life upside down. The trick? Don't suppress it, but don't let it control you either. Listen to what this force is trying to tell you. When you do, desire stops being just an impulse and becomes a bridge to something bigger, a path to truly finding yourself. The next step will make you rethink everything about what draws you in and why. Drop a like, share this with someone who'd vibe with these ideas, and let me know in the comments. Has this fire ever pushed you to create or transform something in your life? Stick with me because this dive is getting deeper. Why do we fall in love? The unconscious answer. Ever been hit by an attraction that catches you off guard? That moment when you lock eyes with someone and think, wow, this is the one? Or when you put someone on a pedestal, like they're the missing piece of your life? Well, here's the twist. It might not be about them at all. It might be about you. Let's unravel this mystery together, because what's going on in your head is way deeper than it seems. In deep psychology, there's this fascinating idea that explains it. Inside every one of us lives an image of the opposite. If you're a guy, you've got an inner feminine side, called the anima. If you're a woman, you've got an inner masculine side, the animus. This isn't about gender, okay? It's about archetypes, powerful forces in our unconscious that shape how we love, desire, and even connect with the world. Think about it. How many times have you fallen hard for someone who logically didn't make any sense? Or built someone up in your head as perfect like they're your soulmate? That happens because a lot of times, you're not really seeing them. You're seeing a hidden part of yourself projected onto them. It's like your unconscious is using that person as a mirror to show you something you need to discover about yourself. For guys, the anima is that connection to your emotional side, your sensitivity, your intuition. When it's in balance, it makes you feel more whole, more in tune with your feelings. But if it's unresolved, it can turn into chasing the perfect woman, a dream muse, or even someone who sweeps you off your feet and leaves you wrecked. For women, the animus is the force of action, courage, clarity. When it's integrated, it gives you power and direction. But if it's out of whack, it can show up as a nagging inner critic, rigid thinking, or that fantasy of a Prince Charming who never shows up in real life. These inner images are always at play, shaping who we desire, how we want to be loved, and even what we project onto others. The challenge here is to stop looking outside for what's missing inside. It's about facing these inner forces, understanding what they're showing you, and letting the masculine and feminine within you find balance. Because at the end of the day, the greatest connection you'll ever have isn't with someone else. It's with yourself. Here's a thought to chew on. Sometimes, when you fall in love, it's not really about the other person. It's about a reflection of yourself you're seeing in them. Ever felt that magical spark like someone's everything you've ever wanted? That might be your unconscious saying, hey, there's something inside you that needs your attention. Don't check out now, because the next part will show you how to turn that desire into something even bigger. Drop a like, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and tell me in the comments, have you ever had a crush that felt like a mirror of yourself? Keep going because this is getting even more interesting. Your shadow and your desire. Now that we know desire can be a mirror of what's hidden inside us, let's talk about something most people shy away from, your shadow. You know those intense passions that knock you off your feet, those expectations that turn into frustration, or that relationship that started like a fairy tale and ended in emotional chaos. Yup, that might be your shadow begging to be seen. And trust me, facing it is what'll turn your desire into something truly powerful. Your shadow is all the stuff you hide from yourself. The desires, fears, and shames you've swept under the rug because, well, maybe someone told you those feelings were wrong, or society made you think desire is taboo. Growing up, a lot of us learned that certain things are off limits, that feeling attraction is sinful, or wanting too much is dangerous. So what happens? Those feelings don't just disappear. They come back as guilt, insecurity, messy relationships, or even actions you can't quite explain. But here's the game changer. What you ignore controls you, but what you embrace transforms you. When you start looking at your shadow, all the stuff you've repressed, denied, or left unresolved, something magical happens. You begin to take charge of your own energy. This isn't about giving in to every impulse or doing whatever pops into your head. It's about listening to what your desire is trying to tell you, because deep down, it's pointing to your wounds, your needs, and what you need to heal or understand about yourself. Picture this. Every intense attraction, every fantasy, even your most forbidden desires, they're like messages from your unconscious. They're showing you what needs attention, what's asking to be integrated. And when you face them head on, without fear or guilt, you unlock an incredible sense of freedom. Not the freedom to do anything you want, but the freedom to not be controlled by anything. It's the freedom to choose consciously, to connect authentically, to break free from those repetitive relationship cycles that always go wrong and leave you wondering why. And there's more. When you stop repressing your desire or letting it run the show, it becomes a portal to something much bigger, what psychologists call individuation, the process of becoming your true self. It's like turning the fire of desire into fuel to create, grow, and transform your pain into art, your emptiness into connection, your confusion into clarity. In ancient traditions, sex was seen as sacred, not because it was pure, but because it was a raw, life-giving force tied to creation and transformation. And here's the wild part. When you approach it consciously, desire stops being just instinct and becomes a path to finding yourself. We're about to show you how this energy can take you to a whole new level of connection with yourself and the world. Drop a like, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and tell me in the comments, has your shadow ever pulled you towards something you were afraid to face? Come along because this dive is getting deeper. The sexual hero. Transform your desire. We've reached the most epic part of this convo, the moment where we put all the pieces together and see how desire can be way more than a fleeting spark. It can be a bridge to connect you with your true self. Let's talk about two powerful feminine archetypes that live inside all of us and how they tie into the idea of a sexual hero who's not about romantic conquests, but about conquering you. First, picture the duality of the feminine in our unconscious. On one side, we've got the Great Mother, that nurturing energy that comforts, protects, and makes you feel safe. It's the kind of love that holds you together. But if it's out of balance, it can turn into dependency or make you lose yourself trying to please others. On the other side, there's the Temptress, that magnetic, free-spirited force that stirs passion, movement, and transformation. She's raw and provocative, often misunderstood because she challenges our fear of losing control. These energies are in myths, stories, religions, and, whether we notice or not, they shape how we love, desire, and handle heartbreak. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, these forces are inside you. For guys, they might show up as projections, chasing a partner who's both a mother and a lover, which can lead to frustration when no one can be both. For women, it can spark an inner tug of war. Be sweet or be bold. Nurture or break free. The secret is realizing these energies don't have to fight, they complement each other. When you embrace both, you stop living split in two. A woman who owns her temptress doesn't have to hide her power or sensuality. A man who connects with his great mother learns he can nurture himself without needing someone else to do it for him. And here's where the sexual hero comes in. No, this isn't some cliché heartthrob or femme fatale. This hero dives headfirst into their own desires, faces the mess, the fears, the wildest passions, and comes out stronger. They don't deny desire, they learn from it. You know those relationship patterns that feel like a broken record, repeating the same mistakes? That's a call to this journey. The sexual hero sees desire as a teacher. It reveals your wounds, your deepest longings, and invites you to turn them into something bigger. Art, connection, growth. It's like transmuting fire. Instead of getting burned, you use it to light your path. And the best part? This journey isn't just about you. The more you know yourself, the more you connect authentically, without manipulating, hurting, or relying on others to feel whole. When you live desire consciously, it becomes a bridge between instinct and something greater, a connection to your soul, even the divine. In ancient cultures, sex was a ritual, a way to touch the sacred, not just chase pleasure. Deep down, our unconscious still carries that memory. When you look at desire without judgment, with full awareness, it points you toward expansion. It's not about ignoring your body, but moving through it to find something deeper. Let instinct guide you, but don't let it rule you. And guess what? Your whole life changes. You start living with more truth, more wholeness. You stop chasing external validation and start creating from within. Desire becomes an invitation to unite the opposites inside you: pleasure and pain, instinct and spirituality. Desire is just the beginning. What you do with it defines who you're becoming. If you've made it this far, props for diving deep. Drop a like, share this with someone who needs this message, and tell me in the comments, what's desire teaching you about yourself right now? Subscribe, because there's so much more coming, and this is just the start of our journey together.